I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight. First up tonight, we have an unusual special that's gonna nail you smack dab in that fist-sized, kind of hard, round, red thing that pumps red stuff called blood to your arteries. Just like a punch from good old Jack Johnson. Now, doing this this special may not have been our choice, but the network thought we needed to add some diversity to the program.
What in the heck is diversity?
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era. Yes? You're sure? Actually, diversity is the quality of being different or varied. And I apologize in advance, champ, but I've just been informed that our unusual special is in fact on Buddhism. And now we have Rick Tamlin with the weather.
Fantastic.
Rick, you're on.
Okay, well, people have recently been affected by this cold blue whirlwind, the polar vortex. And I read somewhere in an article that this vortex has been caused by the practices of Buddhism. It all starts with meditation, since this is the center of Zen Buddhism, and is the only way to achieve nirvana in Theravada Buddhism. They do this to get mental concentration. This attempt of receiving mental concentration has caused the mind of Mother Earth to go awry and create this polar vortex. There are two main types of meditation, Vipassana and Samatha. Vipassana is done to find the important truths. This journey to the important truths that the Buddhists have taken has relinquished this deadly whirlwind known as the polar vortex. Samatha is attempting to control the mind, and Mother Earth doesn't want people to have control over their minds, so she has sent this polar vortex. Another reason for this polar vortex is this form of Buddhist practice called mantras. Mantras are supernatural sounds that are believed to protect your mind from evil. Mother Earth, as you know, likes to create havoc for people, and this protection from her has made her mad, and she has created the polar vortex. The mantras can also be used while chanting. The Tibetan Buddhists do this chanting a lot, and it is widely believed that they have made vibrations that have shaken the Earth's center and made the North Pole fall into the center, which is another reason for the polar vortex. Another form of Buddhist practice that is believed to have caused this polar vortex is this thing called mudras. Mudras are hand gestures that evoke ideas or forces during meditations. Some people believe that Mother Earth has nothing to do with the polar vortex, but through mudras, Buddhist monks have caused the polar vortex themselves.
Rick, I believe all of that is completely wrong. Where did you get your information?
I saw it on Fox News.
Oh, then it's totally legit. Now we have Brian Fontana on the streets. So, Brian, where are you?
Well, Ron, we are here at the Vatican, the holiest place for Buddhists, and are on our way to an awaiting Buddhist monk in the dungeon.
You do realize that you're at the monk's house and that you're in Miami, right?
Oh, well, in that case, this random guy in the road isn't a Buddhist priest.
Oh, Brian, that is probably some random kid playing Dungeons and Dragons. Also, what the heck are you wearing? You look like a beggar.
Ladies love a man in beach clothes. I'll do a little speed walk to the interview room. Hello, young man. What is your name?
Siddhartha Gautama,
Where were you born?
Northern India.
Now, on to some deeper questions. What caused you to be the man you are today?
Well, when I was touring a park area of the kingdom that my father ruled over, I saw 4 things that changed my life.
Wait. Sorry to interrupt you. Rick? Is that you? Rick? I thought you were in your interview room.
I am.
I saw a sick person. I had never seen a sick person in my life, so it was surprising. I then saw an old man suffering from old age. Then I saw a dead body. I had never seen a dead body before, because my father kept me away from all these things. I then saw a sage walk by all these things and still keep a smile on his face. From that moment on, I wanted to be like the sage, and even though the sickness and suffering, still be happy, compassionate, and peaceful.
That's just beautiful. What did you do after that?
I made strict plans to meet enlightenment. So I went to the forest to do this. I undertook the strict practices of the Hindu forest tradition, such as extreme fasting from food and water. I became so thin that I could place my hands on my stomach and close my fingers around my backbone. I began to starve, so much so that I couldn't meditate or do the other spiritual practices of the tradition. So I began eating again until I regained strength and then embarked again upon the meditative path in order to achieve enlightenment. After a while, the demons inside me simply vanished and I was no longer in my own mind. I became the enlightened one.
Well, that was very touching and very nice. But I hate to interrupt you. So sadly, this is all the time we have for you, young man. Thanks for your precious time. Back to you, Ron.
Well, I forgot to ask questions, so who cares? I don't. We move on to Champ, who has some pertinent information on this special.
I'm Champ Khan. Because the big boss man says we have to be more diverse and cover the Buddhist, I'm going to talk to you about the ways to listen to the Nirvana CD. Wait a minute! Wait, the man just said that I'm talking about the other type of Nirvana, the spiritual kind. So apparently you reach this Nirvana through these black magic things that they call the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. This is going to be a mouthful. First, you'll have to understand the Four Noble Truths. The first truth is understanding that you're suffering. The second one is finding the reason why you're suffering. The third is finding out how to end your suffering. The last truth is taking the path to end your suffering. Wait a minute! That's a lot of things to do. Now, you must live your pathetic life following the Eightfold Path. The first is right view. You got to know the path of how to reach this nirvana. Numero dos is right thought. You have to not be thinking impure thoughts or things that will be considered bad by the country. Tres, right speech. This means you can't be saying bad things, whatever that means. This is starting to sound like a load of baloney. Next, you gotta have right action. So stop acting like a delinquent. Cinco, right livelihood. You're gonna have to live the Buddhist way and becoming one with nature. Ha ha! This gets sillier with every word I say. Wait a minute! The sixth thing is right effort. This means you might actually have to try in life. The seventh thing is right mindfulness. You have to have the right mindset to reach this nirvana. And finally, numero ocho. You have to start meditating and reaching harmony within yourself. I can't believe what I just said. But hey, if you do all this, you can reach nirvana and your soul will feel good. Just like when you head on down to Champ Khan's Whammy Chicken, where you can eat some delicious chicken of the cave. Whammy!
What a trip! Just watching as the world goes. There are so many great things to see by dancing in the rain. This is the grass, is the grass, baby, can you dance?